on the offensive line, and the Vikes also have a new quarterback in junior Andrew Howe. On the defensive side of the ball, Parsons will have their hands full trying to contain the Grizzlies' star running back, Jamal Jackson. Always fun when these longtime rivals meet, and we should be in for a good one here tonight. Tony, I'm going to turn it over to you. It's you never know how a high school game is going to play out, and we've seen our share of blowouts when these teams have played, and we've seen our share of nail biters. What do you anticipate tonight?
Well, I know we lost a lot of key players from last year's team. Andrew Houck is going to be, he's going to have some growing pains, but
yep.
I think he's a good athlete, got a good arm. It'll be interesting to see how he does just as the game progresses and as the season progresses.
Right.
But there's some names on the list here that, have the potential. I mean, we got Chandler Henson back. We got Wyatt Schultz back.
Yep.
O'Banion. I mean, there's Summers. I mean, we got some athletes. But you mentioned Jamal Jackson. He's going to be a handful. If they can play to try to stop him and make them throw the ball, it'll be interesting to see because I don't think Labette County threw the ball a whole lot last year whenever we played them. So, if we can make them do something they're not used to, maybe they can make some mistakes and try to keep this game close. And, I know the coaching staff's excited about the game, excited about these kids, said they're a good group of kids, and they're looking forward to the season. So, I'm optimistic to think that, maybe we got a chance.
Yeah, I know Coach Scheibe was confident when I talked to him last night. And, we mentioned, Jamal Jackson. He's the 100-meter dash state champion from last year. But Chandler Henson, I mean, he's 185 pounds of muscle. He's going to get a lot of touches tonight for the Vikings. And so it may end up being a battle of those two running backs as the night progresses. And it's an unseasonably cool night out here at Marvel Park, about 59 degrees, and it's a little bit of rain in the forecast. It's not raining right now. We've got a slight breeze out of the north. I mentioned it before we went on the air, Tony. We've seen a lot of Parsons kids cramp in week one, and that should not be an issue.
No, it shouldn't be denied. It's definitely, I think it's 58 degrees. So, I mean, it's definitely a cool, damp night. Should be a good night for football. I mean, those guys are all padded up. I mean, I'm sure once they get going and running around, they're probably going to be warm and feeling good. So
we'll see. We'll see how long the rain holds off. I'm sure the field is a little soggy because it rained a good part of the day. But as that rain maybe is forecast to start up again, I think around halftime. So we'll see it at the high school level. When you get wet conditions, things can get pretty crazy pretty fast. So we'll see. Right now we've got the opening coin toss going on at midfield, and it looks like the Vikings
want to receive.
Yeah, Vikings won the toss, and they want to receive.
I've seen Chandler Henson do the receive.
Yeah.
So Chandler Henson, he played his freshman year at Labette County and then transferred, and I know this game means a lot to him. I know he's going to be fighting hard to try to beat his old team. So we'll see how it plays out. I know we got a lot of kids with a lot of heart, and that's what it takes. Sometimes, you got the heart and desire to win. You believe in your coaches, and you go out there and you fight as hard as you can and try to make the best of it. And so we'll see. And then I like Wyatt Schultz, Scott. He's
got a lot of energy.
He's a spunky kid and great tennis player, just a great athlete and a good kid. And I'm excited to see him, catch a pass across the middle and see what he can do with it, because I know he's got some speed.
Yeah, he's a good athlete, and he works exceptionally hard. And I'm going to be very curious to see how this the young Viking offensive line holds up. I know Coach Scheibe, same as last year, he's a little worried about depth, not just on the O-line, kind of across the board. He doesn't know how much depth the team has, but he feels good about his starters. And but I tell you, four sophomores on the offensive line. That's about as young as you can get. So
yeah, got Kane Leon and Andre Ford back deep for the Vikings.
Well, there's some new names, I believe.
They're both sophomores.
From last.
Yeah, Kane
season.
Leon played quite a bit of running back, just in the late minutes of games. He had some pretty good runs last year at the varsity level, and I'm excited to see him. He might be running the ball some tonight.
We are just about ready for our opening kickoff. Labette County getting the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Nolan Nash, it's a name we've said quite a bit over the last few years.
Yeah, Nolan Nash, he hit a bunch of threes at the end of the game at Altamont last year. I remember we kept thinking the game was over and go down, and Nolan Nash hit a three. He had like 3 of them in a row and kept the game close. We still won it, but it was crazy that, he's a good athlete.
Here we go, and it's an end-over-end kick fielded by one of the up men at the 20-yard line, returned to the 35.
That's
Pretty
a good
return across the 40. Was that Schultz, I believe, on the return? Didn't get a good look at the number. Hunsley on the return, I believe, or on the tackle, rather. Nice return, nice opening field position for the Vikings. We are just underway here at Marvel Park, 11:54 to go in the opening quarter.
43-yard line.
Yep, Vikes on their own 43. Junior quarterback Andrew Hauk and his teammates up to the line of scrimmage. Yep. Elijah Hunsley split to the near side for the Vikings. Hauk will be in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Henson over the left side.
About 5 yards.
That's a pretty good pickup. I tell you, if you can get 4 or 5 yards, we talk about it all the time, Tony. Those first down plays are so important, because you get a look at a 2nd and 5 like the Vikings are right now. Playbook is wide open.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine to do that, Scott, as long as you don't have penalties. We have to be penalty free. And like you said, with that young line, everybody's got to be in sequence here.
The play clocks are not illuminated here, so we're just going to have to guess. Schultz is in motion. They give it to Henson again, and he's hit hard, driven back about right at midfield.
So there's a lot of extra hits after the.
That's what I thought.
Woo.
So they should spot the ball right across midfield, and they do. It'll bring up about 3rd and 3 for the Vikes. Clock on the move, 10:48 to go in our opening quarter.
I wouldn't be surprised even if they only pick up a yard or 2 here to go for it on 4th, even if it's at midfield.
White Schultz split to the left side. Hauk stays in the shotgun. They're going to give it to Henson again, and he is wrapped up in the backfield for a loss, and now that may bring on the punting unit.
Yeah, Hauk should have kept that one. If he would have kept that, I think he picks up a first down there.
Yeah, that looked like a read option play, and he went ahead and gave it to Henson, and it looks like the offense is going to stay on the field.
Yeah, there's no substitution at all. I'd like to see Hauk throw the ball.
Yeah, and they're not going to have a choice here, I don't think. 4th and about 7. Pretty gutsy call here by Coach Scheibe.
Yeah, close to midfield. I mean, you don't want to give them the ball on their side of the field.
Hauk looks over to the sideline. 4th and 7. Oh, we've got a
jump.
flag.
Yep, they jumped off sides.
They didn't throw the flag. I cannot believe it. That is unbelievable.
How did they miss that?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, they jumped off sides.
Everybody in the stadium saw the defensive lineman jump across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Coach Scheibe's like, what is going on?
I don't understand that at all.
The referees aren't even listening to the argument at all.
It's the first game of the year, obviously, for the officials, too, but that's that's one of the more egregious misses
Yeah.
that I've ever seen. I mean, that is a huge,
Yeah, it was right
huge
down,
miss.
right down the 50-yard line. You could see it pretty clear there.
That is unbelievable. And as a result of that missed call by the official, LC takes over at midfield with 9.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Wyrick is their quarterback. He's under center. Empty backfield. He wants to throw. Goes deep over the middle. Should be intercepted, but it's dropped. Man, right through the hands of Kane Leon. He couldn't have asked for an easier interception, and it went right through his hands. And you have to wonder, you know, I know they work very hard to try to keep those balls dry, but
it might have been.
It's, I don't know.
Might have been a little slick.
It's, but it went.
I don't see Jackson even on the field, Scott.
You know, I thought I saw him out there playing cornerback, but I haven't. Yeah, he was. I don't think he was on the field.
Yeah, he's definitely not on the field right now either.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, he's. I think this
Claiborne's the fullback.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about an injury or anything, so we'll have to see what we can find out. Wyrick, 2nd and 10. This is a running play, and a pretty nice pickup across the 45 down to about the 42.
Kagan Bates.
Boy, I tell you, Coach Scheibe was just livid when there was no flag thrown on that defensive offsides, but you can't cry over spilt milk, and the Vikings will just have to suck it up on the defensive side of the ball. 3rd and about 2.5 yards to go. We'll call it 3rd and 3.
Camden Good comes in the near side here. He just checked into the game.
I formation. It's a running play up the middle for a first down. LC winning the battle up front on the last 2 plays.
That's Deontay Fields on the carry for the Grizzlies.
And that'll bring up 1st and 10 from the Viking 37. 8:35 to go in quarter number 1, tied at 0. And here comes Jamal Jackson onto the field. Go with like a three running back set. Wyrick will be under center. Wyrick is a junior. Fakes it to Jackson. And then a great tackle in the backfield.
Wyatt Schultz. There's a little bit.
And that was not an intentional push from what I saw, but the Vikings are going to pick up a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty. And I don't know.
Xavion Ball.
It almost looked like he just kind of walked into him.
Yeah, that was a great play there, and then
he's going to get an earful on the sideline. You know, I don't blame the officials for throwing the flag, but Vikings getting the short end of the stick so far from the officiating crew.
Yeah.
So that unfortunately negates a great defensive play by Schultz. And it's 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies from the Viking 23-yard line. And you know it's just a matter of time.
Yeah,
before Jackson gets a touch.
He's still not in the game.
Yeah, they used him as a decoy on that last play. In motion. There's a little jet sweep.
Camden Good on the carry.
Gets down to about the 20-yard line. We're going to move it back to about the 21. Gain of about 3 on the play. 7:42 to go in the opening quarter. Labette County took over at the 50-yard line after the Vikings went for it on about 4th and 7. Came up short.
Looks like Tayton Claiborne and Deontay Fields in the backfield.
They'll
behind
be set up.
Wyrick, yeah.
I formation, and Wyrick takes the snap. He wants to roll to the right, and it's caught at the 5-yard line, and it is going to be a touchdown for the Grizzlies. They strike
Camden
first.
Good.
I think it was Heston on the reception.
Was that Heston? Okay. Barrett Heston.
So 21-yard 21-yard pass play for the touchdown from Wyrick to Heston, and the Grizzlies strike first. They lead 6-0, 7:14 to go in quarter number 1. Looks like the Grizzlies want to go for one. Kagan Bates will be the holder. Nolan Nash. So a 50-yard touchdown drive for the Grizzlies. 6-0, and the extra point is no good. I think he shanked it to the left. 7:14 to go in quarter number 1. Your score, Grizzlies 6, Vikings 0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Football on V93. Drive capped off by a 21-yard pass play from Wyrick to Heston. See if the Vikings can right the ship here. Nash has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. And it's a very high and short kick. Two Vikings run into each other, fielded at the 25, back to the 30, and then stood up at the 32-yard line. May have been Green, yep. Green on the return. The Vikings will take over 1st and 10 from their own 32, 7:08 to go in quarter number 1.
The Vikings definitely know that they can move the ball a little bit. I mean, they had a couple of decent runs there. I think they just need to air it out a little bit. They need to show that they can throw the ball.
Yeah, I don't think, especially with that young offensive line, I don't know that you don't want to be one-dimensional unless you can just absolutely dominate your opponent. So they probably will have to start mixing it up at some point. Houck from the shotgun. Quick pitch to Henson. He's got a nice block, and he gets away from one man across the 40. He's close to a first down. See, it'll depend on the spot.
I think they're moving them.
Sure enough. So about a 10-yard gain, maybe 11 yards on the carry for Henson. Clock stopped momentarily. 6:59 left in the first quarter. Again, your score, Grizzlies 6, Parsons 0. Vikes first possession ended on downs right at midfield. Houck looks over the defense, takes the snap, gives it to Henson again. He has a nice cutback. Boy, he is hard to bring down, but they eventually get him after about a 3 or 4 yard gain up to the Grizzly 47 or 48, or rather the Viking 48-yard line. Clock on the move, 6:20 to go in the first quarter. 2nd down and about 6 for the Vikings.
Yeah, Henson was injured most of the year last year, so we really didn't get to see a whole lot of healthy running.
Yeah, not at all last year.
So hopefully this year he can stay healthy and we can see a dose of him running the ball.
2nd and about 6. Houck, high snap. Oh, he lost the ball, and he falls on it.
If he would have stood up, he could have thrown it.
So he jumps on the ball, saves the possession, but it's a big loss on the play. Now the Vikings facing 3rd and long. It'll be 3rd and about 12. They back the ball back up to the Viking 42-yard line. Down to 5.5 minutes to play in our opening quarter. As expected, packed house here at Marvel Park, and that's even with the Chiefs season opener tonight as well down in Brazil against the Chargers. No idea how much time is on the play clock because the play clocks are not working.
I'd like to see him do something to Sean O'Banion here. He was a good tight end last year for him.
Oh, the Vikes go with a draw play, and the Grizzlies were ready for it. Lost on the play. They gave it to Henson. So, Tony, what we're seeing in the early going here, Coach Scheibe very hesitant to put the ball in the air.
Yeah. At some point, you're going to have to.
A quarterback who hasn't seen hardly any varsity action until this year, and then 4 sophomores on the offensive line. So now this time, because of the loss on the second down play.
Looks like Schultz back to kick.
Yeah, that does look like Schultz. Vikes get ready to kick it away. It's a good snap. Short kick, and it takes a pretty good bounce for the Vikings, and it's picked up at about the 25, and then running to the far side of the field is Nash. Look out. Gets knocked out of bounds. I don't know if that was a touchdown saving tackle or not, but it would have been close because Nash had a nice burst of speed to the far side of the field. And it's going to be good starting field position for the Grizzlies at their own 46. 4:16 to go in the first quarter. LC on top 6-0.
Yeah, let's see what the Vikings defense can do here. We have to stop them on early downs to try to make them throw the ball. I feel like if we can get them throwing the ball, we have the advantage.
I would definitely agree with that. And it's going to be a running play on first down.
That's Fields.
And Fields, boy, I tell you, the Vikes had him stopped for about a yard, but he's able to power forward close to midfield. It's going to be a gain of at least 3 yards. And we'll call it 2nd down and 7. So again, Tony, as you mentioned back on the first possession, Jackson not hardly on the field.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's an injury or.
Yeah, he must not be 100% because he.
Something.
You know, he's the kind of guy that you expect to touch the ball 30 times. In a game.
And he hasn't touched it once.
Nope. Barrett Heston split to the near side. Kagan Bates in the slot. Wyrick will be in the pistol. And he does want to throw. He goes deep. And he's got a man open, and it went right through his hands. It was such a quick throw that Schultz was a little late getting over from his safety position just because the play developed so quickly. Yeah, so Heston had to go. It was a well-thrown ball, but it went through Heston. And it was, even though he was open, it wasn't a particularly easy catch.
It was really high. It was like it was coming down as a raindrop instead of a line drive. It was a different kind of pass.
So 3rd and 7 for the Grizzlies from their own 49. Again, they lead this one 6-0, 3:21 to go in our opening quarter. Week 1 of the 2025 high school football season. See what Coach Argabright wants to dial up on 3rd and 7 for the Grizzlies. Again, Wyrick will be in the pistol. 2 receivers to the near side. He wants to throw, and it's incomplete.
Heston just slipped. I mean, he took up a big chunk of turf, slipping on the wet ground here at Marvel Park.
And it looks like the punting unit will come on for the Grizzlies. So a nice job by the Viking defense. Forcing a 3 and out. Camden Good, 5'10" junior, is the punter for the Grizzlies. Who's that deep man, Tony? Can you tell for the Vikes?
I think it's Leon.
Leon back at around the 15-yard line for the Vikes.
It could be Schultz, though, Scott. It looks like Schultz.
He's built like Schultz.
If he turn a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's Schultz. I think it is number 21. So here we go, 4th and 7. High snap, but kick is away. It's a short kick. Vikes just need to get away from it. Takes a pretty good bounce for the Vikes, and it will be down at about the Viking 28-yard line. So we'll see if the Viking offense can get clicking here. Again, this is just their 3rd drive of the first half. But, yeah, Tony, I'm with you. And here again, the coaches know their personnel way better than we do. but yeah, at some point,
even if it's just a little bubble screen, just
right,
just something to change it up a little bit, because if they're just running Henson constantly, they're just going to key on him, and it's going to be tough for him to get away.
Viking offense back out on the field for their third possession. We do kind of have a stacked formation here on the near side. And the Vikes, it is a running play, and a pretty nice gain, nice cut.
20
over the middle for the Vikes.
Eric Keaton.
5'10", 185-pound senior. Gets it across the 30 to the 33-yard line for a pickup of 5 yards. So that brings up 2nd down and 5 for the Vikes. 2:43 to go in quarter number 1.
I think that formation threw Labette County off. I don't think they expected a run there from Keaton, because Henson wasn't in the backfield.
2nd and 5 for the Vikes. Down 6-0 here in the first quarter. Quick pitch to Henson. Oh, a little dangerous throw, and that could have been intercepted, and that was dropped. So the Vikes went with a little trickery there. Tried to do a little halfback pass, and that was one of the more bizarre halfback passes.
It was almost
it was almost like a little shot put.
Shot put, yeah.
So, you know, the Grizzlies kind of missed out on an easy interception there. The Vikings missed out on a very easy interception on the Grizzlies' first possession. So now we'll see what Coach Schaube wants to do on 3rd and 5. Halk will be in the shotgun. Looks like Schultz is in the slot. Let's have another receiver split to the far side.
I think it's Andre Ford.
They fake it, and it's going to be
intercepted
by the Grizzlies. One of the big linemen ended up with it off the deflection.
Wyatt Kepley.
6 feet, 230-pound lineman. You know, he doesn't get to touch the ball very often.
They hit a linebacker, and then it glanced back to him, I think. So I think it was just
that's exactly what happened.
A fluke interception there.
He was in the right place at the right time. So with 2:12 to go in the first quarter, outstanding field position for the Grizzlies on the Viking 29-yard line.
Yeah, that's definitely not what we wanted to see out of the the passing game.
Yeah, the Grizzlies in great shape here, leading 6-0. And 1st and 10 inside the Viking 30. Wyrick under center. They go with that 3 running back formation. And they give it to, didn't catch the number,
but Bates.
It's Bates coming to the near side. Pretty nice pickup inside the 25-yard line.
A lot of pushing and shoving.
A lot of pushing.
Yeah, it was definitely Bates on the run.
He's a 5'9", 155-pound senior. We're going to spot the ball at the 23-yard line, so it was a pickup of 5, maybe even 6 yards. So 2nd down and 4. LC leading this one 6-0, minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Deontay Fields, one of 3 running backs for the Grizzlies. They give it to the middle back, right up the gut, and the Vikings gang tackle him, but he may have picked up the first down anyway.
The first down, yeah. Claiborne on the carry there.
Got it to the Viking 19-yard line, which should be enough for the first down, and it is.
I think that's the fourth different running back that has ran the ball for Labette County, and none of them has been Jamal Jackson.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen him in the game since that one time he came in as a decoy. Something's definitely. I would think if he's healthy, he'd be out there.
Nolan Nash split wide right for the Grizzlies. They go back to the I formation.
Claiborne and Fields.
On the first down play, they give it to Fields. Up the middle, he's got a nice pickup inside the 15. And, boy, there's a lot of –
wow,
boy, there's guys – and now we've got a flag, and who are they going to do it on?
Wow, they're just blocking all the way to the end zone.
And if they give it – I don't understand that. If they threw a flag, and if they say it's on the Vikings, I don't – if anything, it should have been offsetting because there were – after the whistle blew, there were two guys – pushing and shoving, holding on to each other. They're going with a face mask on the Vikings. And I'm not going to spend the entire broadcast complaining about the officiating, but these first 7 minutes and 18 seconds it's been a bit one-sided.
Yeah.
But off that face mask penalty, it'll give the Grizzlies first
and goal at the
first. Yeah, where are they?
Seven?
Just
seven
inside
and a half?
just inside the eight. Yeah. So first and goal for the Grizzlies, and now we've got those famous support posts out here.
Pillars right in the way.
Got to make it a little bit more difficult. Everyone on the live video stream, watching on the live stream, you basically have the same angle that Tony and I do. I formation for the Grizzlies. Wyrick takes the snap, gives it to Fields, and he is stacked up after a very short game.
Breland Summers and Chandler Henson. Summers was there first, and Henson cleaned it up.
Tony, this would be a huge boost for the Vikings if they can keep the Grizzlies out of the end zone.
Yeah.
Because it's not been a clean first quarter for the Vikings at all, and honestly, we didn't really expect it to be all that clean. New quarterback and young offensive line.
That's going to be in the first quarter.
Yep, Grizzlies are not even going to try to run another play. So at the end of quarter number one, Grizzlies lead the Vikings 6-0. We'll be back with quarter number two in 1 minute. This is Viking football on V93. From the 8-yard line. Wyrick going to line up.
In shotgun.
And he hasn't done that a lot. He's in the shotgun. Running back is Fields. They put a man in motion. They go with the jet sweep. Vikings read it, but they couldn't catch him. Looking for the edge, and it's a touchdown for the Grizzlies. Finding the pylon is Nolan Nash.
They had him at about the 7.
Yeah, Vikings actually read that very well, but just couldn't bring him down in the backfield. And it's an 8-yard run for Nolan Nash and a 12-0 lead for the Grizzlies. Grizzlies look like they're probably going to go for 2. The extra point attempt was wide left after their first touchdown. They have a big boy in the backfield. I mean, he's like an offensive lineman, like William Refrigerator Perry from the 80s.
Yep.
And the ball is fumbled. That was a mess right from the get-go. Fields never had it cleanly, so the point after is no good. 11:51 to play in the first half. Your score, Labette County 12, Parsons 0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Football on V93. Issues on kickoffs, but that was heads-up play by Green just to call for the fair catch, which you don't see that very often on kickoffs, but it's definitely something, definitely an option that the return man has. So good field position for the Vikings. 1st and 10 from their own 37. Vikes down 12-0.
Yeah, I got the pillar in my way. I can't see who's in the backfield.
Hauk. Oh, it's a bad snap. Hauk picks up the ball. He's going to run with it. We'll see if he can make something happen. Nope, he's tackled for a huge loss back inside the 20-yard line.
Bates.
Snap sailed over his head, and the Vikings' offensive woes continue here in the early going.
Yeah, they're going to have to – I don't even know what play you draw up here. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, and the Vikings had good field position at the 37, and they lost over, well, basically right at 20 yards.
Yep, exactly.
On that play, and now they're getting a little slow getting a substitute in, and that's all part of the process in high school football, especially a lot of new personnel and first game of the year. Clock on the move, 10:55 to go. Vikes facing a 2nd and 30. They keep it on the ground. Is that Jones?
That might be Jones, Dakari Jones.
He had some really good explosive runs last year.
Yeah.
And that was his first touch. But he didn't get much at all. And at this point, Tony, I would be surprised if they bother putting the ball in the air. I think they're just going to play it safe and try to get a good punt. And there's not very many trick plays you can run from when you have facing 3rd and forever.
Yeah.
So
3rd and 31 is pretty tough.
Hauk in the shotgun. long, trying to get the Grizzlies to jump off sides. It's a running play to Henson, and
he's
picked up several yards.
Bottled up quickly.
Grizzlies, bottled him up. Got out to about the 19, and the Vikings will have to kick it away. Schultz will have to kick this away from inside his own 10-yard line. Nash and Fields are the return men. And you would think outstanding field position is on the horizon here for the Grizzlies. The return men standing at the 50. Kicking it away from the return man is Schultz. Pretty good bounce for the Vikings, and it will be down at the Viking 46-yard line. That's where the Grizzlies will take over with 9:16 to go in our first half. And Tony, another short field here for the Grizzlies. That's been the story of the first half.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to overcome that if we can't get something going on offense. It's just going to keep giving them good field position if we're not able to get first downs and move the ball across midfield. Could be a long night, Scott.
Yeah, it's been a tough first half so far for the Vikings.
Looks like Fields is still the lone back.
Wyrick from the pistol. He wants to throw on first down. Deep over the middle.
Could have been intercepted there, but
diving effort
by Leon, I
Viking
think.
Safety. Got his hand on it, I think.
Yeah, Leon almost had an interception earlier, went right through his arms. That's the second one that's been close to him.
So 2nd and 10 coming up for the Grizzlies. LC in their traveling white with the red and gold trim, and as you would expect, Vikings in that familiar blue and gold. Offensive line up to the line of scrimmage for the Grizzlies. Wyrick will be under center as the Grizzlies go back to that 3 running back set. They've had quite a bit of success with that. Vikings really crowd the line of scrimmage.
It might be a fumble. I couldn't tell.
It's almost like essentially a run blitz by the defense. And ball carrier goes nowhere. No gain, maybe half a yard at the most. We'll call it 3rd and 9 for the Grizzlies.
If the Vikings just could get a stop here, that would be, just at least something to give them a positive. We need anything positive at this point.
Yeah, because you look up at the scoreboard, 12-0, hardly an insurmountable deficit. But, yeah, the Vikings.
The rain's coming down again.
Yep, sure enough. So things could get interesting very, very quickly here as conditions are going to get pretty slick. It's going to be a pass play. Wyrick brings it down, now goes over the middle, and it's caught. Nice catch for the first down.
Heston.
And he gets gang tackled inside the 35. I don't think that was the first target. Wyrick wanted to throw right off the bat and pulled it down because he didn't like what he saw, and then was able to make something happen. And that was a heck of a grab by Barrett Heston to keep the drive alive for the Grizzlies. They now have 1st and 10 from the Viking 33-yard line. 8 minutes to go in the first half. Grizzlies leading this one 12-0. Wyrick directing traffic. Now it's going to be an I formation.
Claiborne and Fields in the backfield.
And they send Bates out wide to the left side. Vikes crowding that line of scrimmage again. They give it to the fullback, and he gets stood up after. Ball's loose, and
I think Wyrick got back on top of it.
Grizzlies fell on it. Vikes. Again, sometimes that's just how the ball bounces. The ball.
I think Heston got it.
Yeah, I think it was Heston that fell on it. Vikings really didn't even have a chance to recover that one because it came right in the vicinity of Heston, and he just fell on it.
I was going to say they had 3rd down across the way. They just changed it to 2nd. Okay. Remember we had a problem with that last year.
Yeah, we did.
I don't think they ever got it right last year on that. I think they gave them 5 downs or something.
I think I remember that. Well, after the fumble, it's going to be 2nd and 12 for the Grizzlies from the Viking 36. Grizzlies leading this one 12-0. Pass play down the near sideline, and it is, I thought he caught it out of bounds, but they're going to say he came down inbounds, and I can't believe it.
Wow.
And neither can Coach Dumas. He was
right there.
I'd have to see a replay, but Dumas was right there. I thought a foot came down out of bounds. Now, I think you only have to get 1 foot in at the high school level.
The refs are talking about it, but.
And if if the first foot came down in bounds, they're going to wave it off. But I think they got that right, but what an effort by Nolan Nash. My goodness.
3rd down now.
He had
3rd and 12.
He had 2 guys on him. And somehow he came down with it, but just a few inches out of bounds. So 3rd and long for the Grizzlies. 6:40 to go in the first half. Go ahead, Tony.
That would have been unbelievable if they would have caught that, because that would have been 1st and goal at the 6.
Yeah, that almost that would have, even though we're in the first half, it would almost felt like a backbreaker.
Yeah.
The way the first half is gone. So we'll see if the Viking defense can get a stop here. This is probably 4-down territory for the Grizzlies. Aaron Wyrick, the junior quarterback, from the pistol. He wants to throw. He's got a man wide open for an easy catch and an easy first down.
That's Bates.
Bates, I'm not sure what happened on the far side of the field that he was able to get that wide open, but it's an easy first down on 3rd and 12 for the Grizzlies. 6:33 to go in the first half. 1st and 10 for LC at the Viking 18-yard line. Grizzlies up to the line of scrimmage. I'll be fighting a support post on this play.
Yep, we got Fields. Fields in the backfield. Wyrick's in the shotgun.
Wyrick takes the snap. Oh, big hole up the middle. 10, 5, and down at about the 2, maybe even the 1 was Fields. Huge hole right up the middle. And
about an
once again,
18-yard run.
Grizzlies knocking on the door, looking to extend their 12-0 lead. 1st and goal from the 2. Bunch formation here for the Grizzlies. Wyrick under center. They give it to that huge lineman, and he's in for the touchdown. That was Michael Reed, 6'3", 250-pound lineman, and we have a flag, 2 flags.
Yeah, there's some
shuffling
going on out there.
Already getting chippy. Flags came in after the play, so the touchdown will almost certainly stand.
Yeah, the flags were definitely after the touchdown.
For the referee to give us the signal.
The head ref, Tim
He's going
Kashiro.
to come talk to Coach Scheibe. So it's been all Grizzlies here in the first half. If that touchdown stands, that'll make it 18-0. And Tony, that was the first drive. I know it was another short field, but a couple of chinks that time in the Vikings' armor. They gave up the easy first down on the long pass on 3rd and 12, and then the big run right up the middle by Fields.
That 18-yard scamper by Fields was that. I could have probably ran that one, Scott. And I'm 50. That was a big hole.
Yeah, it was a huge hole. And Tony, I think they have actually wiped off the touchdown.
Really?
They called a personal foul face mask.
Wow.
Which you don't see real often on the offense. Well, now I'm still trying to figure out if the touchdown counts and they're just backing them up for the
I
extra
don't
point try or not. The scoreboard still reads 12-0. So I think they did go ahead and count the touchdown. So they marked off the 15 yards for this 2-point try. So it's 18-0. They're going to throw for the 2-point conversion, and it is
no good.
Incomplete. So the Grizzlies 0 for 3 on point afters, but I'm sure they will take it anyway. They lead the Vikings 18-0, 6:06 to go in the first half. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Football on V93. Position starting at their own 39-yard line with 6:05 to go in the first half.
Got to do something different. Anything.
Yeah, Vikes just haven't been able to produce much of anything. They're wanting to give the ball to Henson, but the Grizzly defense knows that, and so
yeah. Well, they had the Kari Jones in there on the last drive, and then that went over his head.
Yep.
And I think if he could have, who knows? I mean, if he could have ran some to see what he could have done, but when it was 2nd and 31, there's not much to do.
I formation for the Vikes. They give it to Henson, and he's caught in the backfield for a short loss. He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage at best. 5:55 to go in the first half. 18-0 is your score.
Very, very physical game. O'Banion was just 10 yards down the field with another guy. And he was the one that got the face mask in the end zone, which was 20 yards past where the play was earlier. So definitely some chippiness going on between the two teams.
Wyatt Schultz split to the near side for the Vikings.
Schultz got a lot of room down here.
Yeah, he does. It's an I formation again. Halk under center. He wants to throw and hits Schultz. And he gets away from his man just long enough to get the first down to the 50-yard line. Tony, you called it. You said they were giving him quite a bit of space to work with, and he takes advantage of it. Nice throw by Halk. 1st and 10 for the Vikes. At the 50, boy, the offense needed that. Offense needed to do something positive and move the sticks. LC will get the kickoff to begin the second half, so Vikings need to make the most of this possession. Vikes are going to stick with the I formation. Halk had been in the pistol and the shotgun on the previous drives. He's under center now. Gives it to Henson. Boy, nice piece of running by Henson. He got hit. Looked like at the line of scrimmage, able to get away from one man and fall forward for a decent gain.
Now 4. About 4 yards. 3.5.
Yeah, about 3.5 yards just inside the Grizzly 47. Second and a long 6 for the Vikings. They trail this one 18-0, 4:20 to go in the first half. Houck looks over the Grizzly defense. Gives it to Henson again. Oh, he had a nice run into the secondary. He's got the first down. Tony, he just doesn't need a whole lot of space.
No, that was a good 12-yard pickup there.
And now we've got possibly our first injury of the game. Nothing serious. Looks like the big
Jackson Napper, maybe.
Yep, Jackson Napper, 5'10", 315-pound sophomore. Walking pretty gingerly. He's going to make his way to the sideline. So a little bit of life on this drive by the Viking offense. 1st and 10 from the Grizzly 37-yard line. Clock stopped, 3:54 to go in the first half. If you're joining us late, LC on top, 18-0. And what was their longest drive, Tony? About 50 yards?
Yeah, exactly 50.
Yep. So they haven't had to really do a whole lot.
50, 28, and 38.
So 1st and 10 for the Vikes, and somebody moved. That'll be a false start on the Vikes.
Just when we get something good going, back them up.
That'll back the Vikings up to the Grizzly 42. .327 to go in the first half. LC leading Parsons 18-0. Looks like Schultz will be the wide receiver for the Vikes. Sean O'Banion, 245-pound senior tight end. Vikes stick with that I formation. They've had a little bit of success with it on this drive. Boy, into the backfield quickly. Henson somehow got away from the first man, but then tackled for a loss back at the 49.
Wow.
A run blitz by the Grizzlies. They're just going to continue to key on Henson.
Yeah, it's tough to go one-dimensional. We've talked about it. They've got to do something. Got to keep them guessing at least. Schultz had plenty of room on that far side on that play, but I don't know if Houck would have had enough time to get it to him.
Yeah, the defensive player was in the backfield almost simultaneously with the snap.
Nobody on Schultz. He is wide open. It's like they're giving him 10 yards.
See if they can give him a quick hitter out there in the flat. 2nd and 23 for the Vikes. Houck running for his life, gets rid of it, and throws it away. Grizzly defense really getting after it these last couple of plays. 3rd and 23 for the Vikings from the Grizzly 49, and you don't want to give the Grizzlies another short field, but if the Vikings can pick up about half of this, Tony, then you'd feel okay going for it.
Yeah, but 3rd and 23s, that's a long ways. But Fields was giving Schultz a 10-yard cushion out there.
Yep.
And literally, if they get a quick pass to him, if he just beats one guy, he's off to the races.
Now we have a timeout called by the Vikings. 2:27 to go in the first half. Grizzlies leading this one 18-0. We'll be back after this 30-second commercial break. You're listening to Viking Football on V93. Grizzlies on top, 2:27 to go in the first half. Quickly, we'll thank some of our sponsors bringing you Viking football in 2025. Thank you to Labette Health, Bartlett Co-op, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Labette Community College, Elmhaven Nursing Home, and Woodridge Estates. Also Tank Connection, Clemens Insurance Agency, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Dre, and Parsons District Schools bringing you Viking football in 2025. 3rd and 23 for the Vikes. Here we go. They need a miracle in this play. And a little confusion in the backfield, but Henson makes something out of nothing. It takes about 9 players to bring him down.
He picks up close to 10 yards.
Yeah, gets to the 41-yard line. And a timeout called by the Grizzlies. They want to save some time, assuming that they think they're going to get the ball back. So there's a timeout on the field with the Grizzlies leading 18-0. I'll go ahead and say thank you to the rest of our sponsors. Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, also Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Wood Insurance Center, Roy's Auto Service, Bowen Pharmacy, Parsons Educational Foundation, Labette Bank, Snyder Lawn Care, and SCK Orthopedic, Doctors Mosier and Meister. 2:17 to go in the first half. Tony, 18-0, Vikes in a big hole.
Steady rain,
Yep,
no
right.
wind. Look at the flag. So with that steady rain, I think it's set in. I think it might be rain the rest of this game.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to increase for the next hour or so. That'll make the comeback probably even tougher for the Vikes unless they catch some breaks, and maybe the Grizzlies will fumble the ball away. So we'll see what the Vikings.
I think they're punting.
Looks like they are going to kick it away. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think they'll fake it because it's 4th and 13, but who knows? Schultz takes the snap. It's a short kick, and I was hoping it would bounce backwards and hit one of the Grizzlies because it had a funky spin on it, but it's going to be downed right around the Grizzly 26-yard line, it looks like. So the Grizzlies will have 2 minutes and 7 seconds to work with. They already lead this one 18-0. And again, Tony, the absence of Jamal Jackson, I have
no clue.
Because he's suited up, but he's been out there 1 or 2 plays maybe.
I'm pretty sure he's just out there that one play, and he was kind of like a decoy.
Yep.
And then he hasn't been back in.
So we'll see if the Grizzlies can put together a longer drive this time. They don't have a ton of time to work with, just over 2 minutes, but they've only had to go anywhere from 30 to 50 yards for all 3 of their touchdowns. Deep over the middle, and it's going to be nearly caught. Overshot Nash by a little bit.
That's a good throw.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good arm, Wyrick does. And honestly, I'd like to see the Viking safeties react a little bit quicker on some of these deep throws, but again, all in all, the Viking defense has played pretty darn well despite the 18-0 score. They've just had to defend some short fields. Had a couple of chances for some turnovers.
Yeah, definitely.
Haven't been able to capitalize yet. Wyrick from the shotgun. 3 receivers to the near side for the Grizzlies. 2:02 to go. Rolling to the near side is Wyrick, and he hits Heston, and he gets bottled up, hit hard at about the 30-yard line, maybe the 31. Gain of about 3 or 4.
Yeah, that's a tough tackle there. There's three guys.
Yeah.
One guy holding him, the other 2 brought him down hard.
Clock continues to move with 1:35 to go in the first half. Grizzlies enjoying an 18-0 lead. Now the Grizzlies being a little more deliberate with this play, letting that clock run down. Now the 3 receivers will head to the far side of the field. And just 1 receiver, Camden Good, split to the near side. 1 running back. It's going to be a quick hitter. And it's a caught for a first down. Camden Good. Wyatt Schultz with the tackle. But it moves the sticks, and that pretty much, unless there's a turnover, that pretty much guarantees that the Vikings may not touch the ball quickly up to the line of scrimmage, and they just spike it. They didn't even have this. Can you run a play before the sticks are set, Tony?
I didn't think you could, but
So
they were on top of it, ready to go. I mean, they spotted the ball, so I mean.
So 2nd and 10 for the Grizzlies. Ball just across the LC 40-yard line. 62 seconds to go in the first half. LC leading this one 18-0. Camden Good comes to the near side again. Kagan Bates, one of 3 receivers to the far side, along with Barrett Heston.
Yeah, we don't even have 3 defenders up there.
Pass play. Deep, and it's going to be broken up.
Chandler Henson was there.
Nice job by Henson. Great effort. I think it was Heston was the intended target. And we have a flag in the backfield, so we'll see what that's all about. Looks like it's going to be on the Grizzlies. For this being the first game of the year, Tony, not a lot of penalties here in the first half.
Yeah, there's only been
you had some, personal fouls.
A couple of personal fouls. Other than that, it's just been a couple of other 5-yard penalties, really.
So they back the Grizzlies up to their own 31-yard line. 55 seconds left in the first half. LC leading this one 18-0. Nolan Nash, Barrett Heston, Kagan Bates. 3 receivers to the far side. Camden Good here to the near side, and we have a stoppage in play. I think they're trying to wanting to reset the clock to 55.
55 seconds on the clock.
55.2 maybe.
55.2. Resetting the clock to 55.2. Or as close as possible.
So they're going to try to get the game clock reset, scoreboard clock. But they can't do it yet because the clock is still at 46 seconds. Now there's 52 seconds. Getting closer. 18-0 is your score. Grizzlies on top. It is 2nd and long coming up for the Grizzlies.
52. 55.2. 55? Yes, 55.2. That's as close as I can get it. I don't know about the point.
So they've got the scoreboard clock to 55 seconds. 2nd and long for the Grizzlies. Wyrick from the pistol. Running play, and boy, the Vikings ready for that. And
yeah, that was a good tackle there.
Loss on the play, and the Grizzlies will be more than happy to just let that clock continue to run at this point. And it doesn't look like the Vikings will call any timeouts on the defensive side, so that may end up being the last play of the first half. Grizzlies on top 18-0. So not a lot went right for the Vikings in the first half, and the Grizzlies will get first possession of the second half, but all hope is not lost. That rain starting to come down fairly hard here at Marvel Park. Grizzlies run up to the line of scrimmage with 5 seconds. They snap it, take a knee, and halftime is here at Marvel Park with the score, Labette County 18 and Parsons 0. We will send it back to the station for about, let's do it, 8-minute break, and we'll come back with our Eye Care Associate halftime show. You're listening to Viking Football on B93. 18-0 deficit and come back and get a 21-18
Wouldn't that be
win
something?
tonight. That would be
the tale of two halves.
So, it's the kind of a light rain continues to fall, and I think that's probably how it will be the entire second half. Very comfortable temperatures. I mean, about 56, 57 degrees, probably 25, 30 degrees cooler than what you would expect for week 1 of the high school football season. But points hard to come by. Vice getting shut out. I just checked my phone, and the Chiefs are stuck on 3 points late in the first half down in Brazil against the Chargers. So hopefully both offenses can get clicking in the second half. Once again, your halftime score, Grizzlies over the Vikings 18-0. We will step away for a 3-minute commercial break, and we'll be back with the second half. You're listening to Viking football on V93. Traveled for a football season. It's a brutal schedule as far as traveling goes. I think the closest game is over in Frontenac, and the other road games are at Fort Scott, the Kansas City Christians Prep School that we played here last year, and then all the way up to Atchison for the other road game.
Yeah,
and
it's going to be some miles on the trips this year. I know that Blue Valley game is on I believe it's on a Saturday at 3 o'clock, 3 or 3:30.
I think so, yeah.
So that'll be an interesting game, you know, because that's not a normal thing for. I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's got a college football feel to it.
Almost. So, and I'm not exactly sure what stadium they use.
I don't know.
It's I think one of the Blue Valley schools that allows them to use their facility. I'm guessing just on a Saturday, whenever they're not using it. So it'll be interesting to see. I know that Casey Prep School last year, Scott, was very disciplined. Their quarterback was good, and I think he was just either a sophomore or junior last year. So I think they'll be a tough team. I think we'll and I know we had trouble with Atchison last year. I can't remember.
Yeah, we had a lot of trouble.
I can't
with
remember
Atchison.
if they were senior heavy last year or not. But I know that'll be, you know, two long road games. That's going to be tough. And you know how Fort Scott is. Fort Scott seems like they have athletes every year in, year out. They're going to be tough. Frontenac's going to be tough. Columbus is going to be tough. I know we have Neodesha at home, because we traveled to Neodesha last year. So there'll definitely be some games that are winnable for us. So we'll see how things shake out. I just hope this second half here, I hope we can get just something rolling on offense, just to get just anything positive. You know, score some points, get some positive things for these boys to look forward to for week 2.
Yeah, on one hand, I expect Coach Scheibe to make some adjustments for the second half, but on the other hand, I don't want to belabor the point, but we've mentioned it several times, 4 sophomores starting on the offensive line. If you don't know anything about football, that means 80% of the offensive line are sophomores, and that's highly unusual.
Yeah.
That is very unusual. And then Andrew Houck getting his first start at the varsity level. Defense, they got gashed a couple of times late in the first half, but all in all, they were pretty solid. And so,
I mean yards-wise,
yeah.
I mean, they did good.
Yeah, they didn't give up a ton of yardage.
You know, I'd say less than 150 yards.
So we'll see if the Vikings can get it going again. They're going to have to kick the ball away to start the second half. The Grizzly return team trots out on the field. Fields is going to be back at the 5-yard line.
Fields and Heston. Heston's behind the post where I don't think you can see him.
So Viking kickoff team out onto the field for the first time tonight.
Claiborne and maybe Claiborne and Cuddy are the two up guys on the 30.
Adam Reel, senior place kicker, will kick off for the Vikes. Maybe the Vikings can force a fumble. Maybe something strange will happen on this kickoff and kind of turn the tide a little bit for the Vikings. We are just about ready for second half action. Again, LC on top 18-0. Big mountain to climb for the Vikings, but it's not over yet. Still 24 minutes of football to go. Everybody's ready. Reel approaches the 40-yard line, and
good kick.
That's a pretty good kick that is fielded. Boy, his knee touched, so he should be down.
That was Nolan Nash.
Nolan Nash caught the ball, and he didn't do it intentionally, but his knee did touch the ground. And so in high school football, you do not have to be touched. Once your knee goes down, the play is over. And this will be the worst field position of the night for the Grizzlies. They will start out 1st and 10 from their own, looks like about their own 17 or 18-yard line.
Vikings need a turnover.
Yeah, that would be spectacular if the Viking defense can come up with a big play here. Wyrick in the pistol. Takes the snap.
Fields.
And off right up the middle.
Nothing.
And I don't know if that was Fields or not. I'm trying to see if that was Jackson. I think it was Jackson out on the field. I wonder if he...
Really? It was Jackson. Yeah.
So you have to wonder, Tony, was, and I'm just guessing here, disciplinary action or something, had to sit the first half, possibly, because we thought we would be calling his name all night long.
He goes right back off the field, though, Scott.
Yep, sure enough.
He got maybe a yard, and then now he's right back out of the game. Yeah, that's super interesting.
Remains a mystery. 2nd and 8 for the Grizzlies from their own 20-yard line, just underway in the 3rd quarter. Wyrick, a little option play, tosses it out to Fields, and nice pursuit by the Viking defense. Short gain on the play, maybe no gain.
Maybe a half a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 7.
Yeah, a 3 and out would be huge right here for the Vikings. You know, they gave up that big 3rd and 12, allowed a relatively easy completion on 3rd and long back in the first half. So they need to tighten that up a little bit and try to get Grizzly offense off the field and give the Viking offense a chance to start clicking.
We got Chandler Henson back here at safety, trying to keep him from getting that first down.
4 receiver set for the Grizzlies. Wyrick wants to throw.
Pulls
it down.
Sack.
He's going to get dropped for a loss. Big play by the Viking defense.
I can't tell who that
Boy,
was.
They needed that. I think, was that
15.
Watkins maybe is one of the players that got in there? He's listed
Dakari
as a freshman.
Jones.
It was Jones,
was one of them that was in there.
Yep, I misread the jersey number. Dakari Jones, one of 2 Vikings in on that sack.
Definitely punt.
So
number 9, that Camden Good.
He's going to have to kick from about his own 2-yard line. Great opportunity for the Vikings here.
Oof.
High snap.
Almost blocked by Jones.
Decent kick, and it takes a Viking bounce, and it's down at the Grizzly 37, 38-yard line. So if the Vikings are going to make a move, Tony,
it's got to be here.
This is the time to do it. Great field position. Time to get a little momentum.
Yeah, great defense there by the Vikings. They knew he was going to be in a passing situation there on 3rd and long 7, and Dakari Jones just got to the quarterback quick.
Viking offense up to the line of scrimmage. Down 18-0. See if the Viking offense can get clicking. They go with a bunch set to the right side. Quick toss to Henson. Look out. If he hadn't have stumbled, I think that would have been an even better gain. It's still a decent gain up to the 35,
about
maybe the
3.5 yards.
But, you know, he's just enough rain out there. Turf is a little slick. So
it looks like it's almost stopped right at the moment.
I think, yeah, it's either a very, very fine mist or maybe it has completely stopped. No wind at all. The flag is just limp right now. Just under 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Grizzlies on top 18-0. Vikes on the move. 2nd and 7 from the LC 34-yard line. The entire Viking offense looks over to the sideline for the call. Out from the shotgun. Looks like a blitz might be coming. They back off. They give it to Henson. Boy, he got away from 2 tacklers.
Oh, wow.
He is into the
Great run.
secondary for a first down. And then a late hit, and they're not going to – I can't believe they're not throwing the flag on that.
Well, Henson was still trying to go. I think he was on top of a I don't think he was all the way down, Scott. I think he was on top of
he was still trying to run
on
the
top
ball.
of a defender, and then he kind of got up and stumbled forward about a half a yard. And
so 1st and 10 for the Vikings from the Grizzly 25-yard line. 8:20 to go in the third quarter. LC on top 18-0. Interesting, Vikings not huddling up. They're just up to the line of scrimmage and then looking over to the sideline for the play. Out from the shotgun. Ball's fumbled. And if Henson fell on that was a heck of an effort by Henson to save the possession.
Wow.
Again, that may have been caused again by that high snap, Tony. That's, again, great effort by Henson. The fall on the ball goes for no gain. 2nd and 10 for the Vikes from the Grizzly 25. Now the Vikes will huddle up. First half was all Grizzlies, but the Viking defense came out and got a big stop to begin the second half. Gave the offense great field position. Wyatt Schultz comes out split to the near side. I formation for the Vikings. Oh, another fumble. Houck picks it up. He's in trouble. He's going to get buried for a loss. Well, Tony, Vikes out at 1st and 10 at the 25. Now they're going to face 3rd and 15 from the 30. Make it 3rd and 14, I guess, from the 29.
Yeah. Houck's hurt.
Yeah, he got hit.
He's coming
hard.
out of the game. 18's coming in.
Preston Heitman, 6'1" sophomore. He has a pretty good arm, Tony. I was watching him in warm-ups.
Yeah, he threw a couple passes in warm-ups. I was like, wow, that's pretty impressive. So
6'1", 170 pounds. Houck came off. I couldn't tell if it looked like maybe his shoulder.
That's what it looked like to me too. Yeah, they're looking at his shoulder right now on the sideline.
See what the Vikings want to do with the sophomore quarterback in there at 3rd and 18. He's going to throw. He's going to the end zone. Schultz gets hit, and he makes the catch for a touchdown.
Unbelievable.
What a catch, what a play. How about the sophomore quarterback coming in his first play of the game, and he throws a strike to Wyatt Schultz, and the Vikings are on the board. A 29-yard touchdown pass. Heitman to Schultz.
Wow.
And they should have, and honestly, I'd have to see the replay. I thought they should have thrown a flag for defensive pass interference.
I think it was almost I think they could have called it offensive or defensive because they both kind of shoved off.
So the Vikes going for 2, and a flag is thrown this time. I don't know what kind of athlete Heitman is, but, man, you can tell he's very excited to be out on the field.
Oh, yeah, he jumped out there on the field whenever. Yeah, he was excited for the opportunity.
So we'll keep an eye on Houck over here on the sideline. He's got his helmet off. 18-6 is your score, 6:15 to go in the third quarter. So LC leading by 12. And given the fact that the Vikings are going for 2, Tony, that tells me that they probably don't have, the place kicker that they used to have.
Yeah.
Like in Quirin, and Wheat was also a good place kicker.
And I think Corbin Harris kicked for him last year.
Bad snap. Actually, it's a fumble, and they're going to say just no good. I'm surprised they blew that dead so fast. I thought it was a live ball still, but snap goes through Heitman's hands, and the 2-point conversion no good. But the Vikes are on the board. Grizzlies lead at 18-6. We'll be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds. You're listening to Viking Football on B93. Well, the Vikings with a little bit of momentum here, halfway through the third quarter. Backup quarterback Heitman comes in and on his first play fires a 29-yard touchdown strike to senior wide receiver Wyatt Schultz after the injury to Andrew Houck. 18-6, Grizzlies on top by 12, 6:15 to go in the third quarter. Viking kickoff team on the field. And that's offsides on the Vikings.
Big time. He
And
throws the
Yeah,
flag.
they threw the flag. I thought they could have got the Vikings earlier. This will back the Vikings up 5 yards. And they'll have to kick off from the 35.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, it's just a 5-yard penalty, but it's definitely going to give them a little bit, closer. Especially if you can't kick it too deep, it's going to give them really good field position. Even though Real kicked it pretty deep the last time, and he downed it at the 18, so we'll see if he can get into this one.
The ball teed up now at the 35-yard line.
He's offsides again.
That was really close. Short kick, and it's going to be picked up at the 30-yard line, and a big hole right up the middle.
That's Fields.
Fields off to the races, 35, 30, 21. Oh, somehow he got by the last man for an easy touchdown. It's almost like the Viking player pulled up.
Yeah, that was the kicker, Real.
Yeah, and it ends up being about a 70-yard return for a touchdown. There was a huge hole right up the middle, and Fields took full advantage of it. And any momentum the Vikings may have had is gone.
Yeah. The only good thing is they get the ball back.
And somehow,
but you're still down 18.
And he must be the fastest guy in the state, Tony, because only 1 second went off the clock on that kickoff return.
That's pretty good. Yeah. The only thing the Vikings have really done well is stop the 2-point conversion, and Jackson he's done to the left side in the backfield on this 2-point conversion.
Wyrick under center. Did he keep it himself?
Oh yeah, he walked it in.
Yeah, he faked me out. Wyrick faked out everybody. He kept it himself. Quarterback keeper, and the 2-point conversion is good. And with 6:14 to go in the third quarter, it's now Grizzlies 26 and the Vikings 6. We will take a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Viking football on B93. Welcome back to Marvel Park, everybody. Scott Marlowe, Tony Fuentes with you. Karen Hardesty taking care of things for us back in the KLKC studios once again this season. We have an injury on the field off that 2-point conversion. I haven't been able to get a
I'm not sure who
jersey
it is.
number yet. Wyatt Schultz is out there, I believe, helping. I don't think it's a cramp.
It looks like it's a cramp.
It looks like a cramp, but I'm kind of blocked by Schultz, so I can't really tell what you might be right, Tony. They might be rubbing the calf.
Yeah, I think he is.
So it may just be a cramping issue, which shows I don't know much because I didn't think we'd have any cramping issues tonight with the temperature in the 50s.
Coach Argabright's walking all the way out there.
So just to recap, 6:14 to go in the third quarter. And now we have, with the Grizzlies leading 26-6. Is that Henson?
Yeah, it is Henson.
Well, if anybody's going to deserve to cramp, it would be him because he has been a workhorse tonight for the Vikings. And I hope that's all it was a cramp, Tony. You mentioned the injury issues that he had last year. And the Vikings will desperately need his services throughout the entire 2025 campaign. Anyway, 26-6. Grizzlies on top by 20 off that electric 70-yard kickoff return by Fields right after the Vikings had finally got on the board with a 29-yard pass.
I feel like we were offsides again on that kickoff. But
yeah, I think we were too.
But, it's at this point, you just got to roll with it, Let's see if the Vikings can put together something here.
Grizzly kickoff team out on the field. Viking.
Preston Heitman's out there on the kickoff team.
Yeah, I think he's been out there most of the night.
Has he?
Looks like
Okay.
maybe Ford. Listed as a 115-pound sophomore, I believe, is one of the deep men for the Vikes. Nash, high end-over-end kick, fielded at about the 20-yard line. Schultz, nice move, gets across the 35 before being brought down, and then possibly a late hit. Vikings
No, it was not Schultz. It was 28.
Hunsley, Elijah Hunsley.
Hunsley, yep.
5'11" junior. He's had a few touches tonight, done a good job for the Vikes. So 6:08 to go in the third quarter. Vikes have the ball on their own 37, and they trail 26-6. It looks like Houck back out on the field for the Vikes after suffering that, what we think was a shoulder injury. Running play out of the I formation. Jones, I think Jones was the tailback.
Yep,
sure enough,
sure enough.
only gains about half a yard. Bring up 2nd and long for the Vikes. We'll call it 2nd and 9.
I think if Jones can break through that line, I mean, we saw it last year at Baxter Springs. Man, he had a heck of a game, running for about 120, 130 yards down there last year. And
I don't know if he's the kind of running back that can run over people, but yeah, it seemed like if he had just a little bit of space, he could really, really make some things happen. Again, Schultz will be the lone receiver for the Vikes, split to the near side. I formation. Junior quarterback Andrew Houck looks over the defense. Takes the snap. Running play goes nowhere. Caught in the backfield. So Jones caught for a loss. Again, Henson, we think, was suffering a cramp, is not out on the field right now for the Vikes. And 3rd and long for Parsons. Ball spotted on the Viking 35. LC in control right now, 26-6. Vikings traveling to Fort Scott next Friday night to take on the Tigers. 3rd and 12. We'll see if Coach Scheibe puts the ball in the air. Fields on Schultz down here on the near side. Pretty good matchup.
Largent was wide open.
Oh, this is the
wow,
backup quarterback. I did
hit.
not realize he was in. Heitman ended up running around the far side, around the right end. Got hit pretty hard after a short gain. Brings up 4th down.
Blocked out by the post of the quarterback, but Largent was wide open at the 45-yard line with nobody around him. But I guess Heitman, at that point, was tucking it and running it. So
4th and 7 for the Vikes. Punting unit comes on. Schultz.
Nice kick.
Pretty good kick. Bounces backwards and will be downed by the Vikings at the LC 32-yard line. 3:27 to go in the 3rd quarter. Grizzlies take over on offense, leading this one 26-6.
Good luck to the football team as the JV travels to Labette County on Monday and the RC travels to Port Scott on Friday.
Henson limping off the field.
He's trying.
Yep. He's going to give you 150% effort every night. I formation for the Grizzlies. Wyrick. Toss play to Jackson, and he's caught from behind, brought down after a short gain.
He's gimpy. He might be hurt, Scott, because he's limping
Yeah,
off.
he's going to limp off now. Maybe just not 100%. Definitely not 100% now. Yeah, he's just going to hop off on one foot.
Wow.
And even with their star running back seeing extremely limited action tonight, Grizzlies lead this one 26-6.
I've been impressed with Fields.
Yeah.
Fields, he's solid.
He's had a good game. Grizzly offense up to the line of scrimmage. Haven't seen this for a while, to go with that 3 running back set. Vikes really crowd the line of scrimmage, and they hit Bates in the backfield.
That's Breland Summers. Wow, that was a big-time loss.
That's going to back the Grizzlies all the way back to the 20, just beyond their own 25-yard line. So again, been some really nice defensive plays tonight by the Vikings. Third and 17 for the Grizzlies. 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. LC leading this one 26-6.
Yeah,
we'll see if
Henson's still on the sideline.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many more times we'll get to see him on the field tonight. See if Argabright actually wants to throw. He's got 3 receivers out there, and they are going to throw.
Oh,
well,
sack.
They wanted to. Instead, there's going to be a sack in the backfield.
Breland Summers again? Who was that? Dakari Jones. That's 15. That's Jones' 2nd sack. He's been good.
And Tony, I think you called it back in the pregame. You thought maybe if we could get LC in a passing down, that we could make some things happen defensively, and that has certainly been the case.
I mean, you take that 70-yard kickoff return off the board, and this is a 2-possession game.
So LC will have to punt it away from inside their 10. Vikes have Wyatt Schultz deep, standing on his own 46. It's a 20-point lead for LC, 26-6, minute 23 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's a bad snap over the punter's head. He's going to fall on it, I think. Now he throws it.
Oh, he kicked it.
Somehow he got the kick away. That's unbelievable, but the Vikings are going to have great field position at the 20-yard line. I again got blocked by the support post. That was a heck of an effort then by the punter, because what I thought he was going to do, Tony, was maybe kick it out of the end zone and take a safety.
That almost would have been a better better thing to take the 2 points rather than give the Vikings a. Where are they spot? Is it at the 21?
You're right at the 20-yard line.
Okay. Yep.
So Vikings have a very short field to work with. We'll see if they can take advantage of it. Down 26-6. Vikings need to have a lot of things go their way the final 13 minutes. 3 receivers to the near side. Hauk to throw, but they're going to. Boy, he threw a perfect pass.
To Schultz for a touchdown,
but they blown the play dead, which I think is why Schultz was so open. I think the defense had shut down. False start on the Vikings.
That's too bad.
So 1st and 15 from the Grizzly 25.
Having trouble getting the play in.
Yep.
You think they give them extra time on plays like this whenever there's no clocks in the corners?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You know, I mean,
I don't know,
who's
how would
counting?
you know?
Is the head ref counting, saying you got 10 seconds, you got 5? I mean,
that's a good question. See, the Vikings can get things going again here. 1st and 15 from the Grizzly 25. Quick hitter is going to be off the hands
Largent.
of the intended receiver, Largent, right off his fingertips. That'll bring up 2nd and 15.
Yeah, he had some green grass in front of him if he catches that ball.
Yeah, he was going. I don't think he would have scored, but he was going to run for a while. 2nd and 15 for the Vikes from the Grizzly 25. LC on top 26-6. Exactly 1 minute to go in the 3rd quarter. I have a feeling, going by that defense, I think the Vikings might be able to hit something over the middle here, Tony, if they put the ball in the air. Hauk rolling to the near side, looking. And, boy, a dangerous pass is going to be broken up at the 20-yard line.
That was O'Banion.
O'Banion thought there was a face mask. Didn't get the call. So now what started out so promising, 1st and 10 from the Grizzly 20-yard line, is now turned into 3rd and 15 from the 25-yard line. So the Vikings haven't been able to take advantage of that outstanding field position. This is obviously 4-down territory, so they don't have to get 15
Heitman's back in the game, Scott.
Heitman in at quarterback. He has a touchdown pass already. He's going to go for number 2. It's up in the air, and
I can't tell.
Should have been intercepted, honestly. Somehow it fell incomplete. I think Schultz was the intended target, but yeah, I was like you, Tony. I kind of got blocked by that.
It was like right in the middle of the post, yeah.
Ended up being basically triple coverage. So Heitman will stay in the game. Just a sophomore, 6'1", 170 pounds. So 4th and 15. Vikes have to get down to the Grizzly 10-yard line to keep this drive alive. 47 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Grizzlies on top 26-6. Heitman will be in the shotgun. Largent in motion.
False
starter, illegal procedure. And that's going to back the Vikings up another 5 yards. You know, what was kind of a clean first half. A couple of silly mistakes here in the second half by the Vikes, and that's, we've said it before, and I'll say it again, first game of the season, those types of things are going to happen. So now the Vikes have a 4th and 20.
Yeah, it's going to be another long pass, I'm guessing, from Heitman if he can get enough time to get one off here.
Looks like the Grizzly defense is going to play it safe. Heitman wants to throw, goes deep, and boy, that's got to be pass
bumped.
interference.
Yes, it
sure
is.
enough.
That should be.
We'll
Is that a
see.
spot foul, Scott?
I believe at the high school level it will be a 15-yard penalty, and I do not think it's an automatic first
So it'd
down,
be
but I could
fourth
be
and
wrong.
5?
That would make it 4th and 5. But between high school, college, NFL, let's see. We'll get ready to mark off that penalty yardage. Yeah, I think that probably would have been a touchdown, Tony, without that bump.
I think it would have been as well, as long as he catches the ball.
So they do move it up to the 15-yard line, and
You're correct on the 15 yards.
Yep, 15, and it's still 4th down. So 4th and 5 from the 15.
Oh, fumble.
Fumble on the snap. Heitman keeps it himself, and he's going to get buried. And the Grizzlies will take over on downs. There's been a lot of fumbled snaps tonight by the Vikings.
Yeah, that's just tough. That's tough. Because that was a very promising start to that drive on the 20-yard line,
first,
you know.
1st and 10 from the Grizzly 20. So, well, you know, Coach Scheibe is so dedicated to this program that he and his assistant coaches, they're going to watch a lot of tape.
Yeah.
They're going to get going next week at practice, get some of these issues corrected, and get ready for the Fort Scott Tigers. 32 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Grizzlies take over, leading 26-6. Like there's maybe a little movement, but no flag. Fields coming to the near side, and the Vikes don't push him out of bounds, so he's going to have a nice gain up the sideline. Boy, that was a nice gain out across, maybe across the 40-yard line. Well, he really turned on the Jets once he turned the corner, and he has a first down all the way out to the LC 42-yard line. And that they're going to start the clock, I believe. So 24 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Grizzlies leading at 26-6. Wyrick will be in the shotgun. 4 receiver set. Puts Nash in motion. They give it to him on the jet sweep, and he's going to get strung out, but he made one man miss, and then he gets bottled up after a short gain out to about the 44.
Yeah, one of the big linemen and Wyatt Schultz were locked up at the 45-yard line over here. I don't know what that was about.
Well, that's going to be the final play of quarter number 3. Grizzlies on top 26-6. We'll be back with quarter number 4 in 1 minute. This is Viking football on V93.
We'll come back to that shortly.
On the first play of the 4th quarter, big run to start quarter number 4 up to the 30-yard line, and Fields knocked out of bounds. Tony, you talked earlier how impressed you were with Fields, and he continues to impress, filling in for Jamal Jackson.
Late flag.
Very late flag comes in.
Came from the sideline, so I'm guessing one of the coaches.
26-6 is your score if you're joining us late. LC leading Parsons by 20 points as we get going in quarter number 4. And Grizzlies on the move. And Tony, if this is a penalty,
another 15
on the Vikes, they'll tack on about half the distance to the goal, get it down inside the 15-yard line. Having a discussion. Well, Coach DeMoss very upset.
Yeah, he gets pretty animated.
Head referee talking to the Viking head coach, Jeff Scheibe.
They haven't walked it off yet, so.
I don't know if they picked up the flag possibly. Just maybe a sideline warning. Well, they pointed, and then they pointed towards the Grizzlies.
I think they just gave a sideline warning.
No penalty yardage, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies from the Viking 29-yard line. 11:53 to go in our ball game. Grizzlies on top, 26-6. I formation. They give it to Fields, and he has a very short gain this time.
Nothing there.
There's
been Jones again.
Just been a few breakdowns by the Viking defense, Tony, but they have, for the first game of the year, they've been pretty solid.
Yeah, the interior of the defense has been really good. Summers and Jones have been fantastic, and then you got the linebackers. You got O'Banion out there, and it's like you said, when you got 80% of your line as sophomores, it's impressive. If these guys can, stay together, things are looking up.
Boy, Vikes crowd the line of scrimmage, but the Grizzlies toss wide right. Fields has an opening, and a flag comes in. I don't know if it's holding or maybe it could have been a face mask on the Vikings. Action got too far away from me. But I thought maybe I saw Fields' head turn slightly, but no, it is a hold on the Grizzlies. So good news for the Vikes. The Grizzlies have played a pretty clean game. They haven't had very many penalties. So I think they're going to mark that off from the spot of the foul. Move it back
10 yards.
to the Viking.
Wow, they backed it up a long ways. Oh, now he retreated
I was
back.
Gonna say
I think he was going to give him an extra 5.
Yeah, it looked like that was going to be a 15-yard holding penalty. So now they place it at the Viking 35-yard line. 2nd and long for the Grizzlies. 10:58 to go in our ball game. Grizzlies looking like they will be 1-0 on the year. Vikings will start out 0-1. Nash comes split to the near side. I formation. Wyrick takes the snap. Toss play to Fields. Cuts it back to the middle, and really the Vikings do a nice job bottling that up. I think he wanted to take it out wide, and then so that wasn't going to work, and tried to quickly cut back to the middle, and that was bottled up as well. So yeah, even though those 26 points the Grizzlies have, the Viking defense has played better than that would indicate. Clock on the move, 10:20 to go in our ball game. Wyrick gets a play in from the sideline, and the Grizzlies break out of the huddle. Nash and Bates, wide receivers. I formation again for the Grizzlies. Wyrick wants to throw and left it short.
It slipped. That was definitely a slippery ball.
So that'll bring up 4th down for the Grizzlies, and we'll see if they want to try to pin the Vikings deep or if they're just going to keep the offense on the field. It's 4th and 17 from the Viking 32. Maybe the Viking make that the Viking 33.
They're definitely taking their time getting the.
Yeah, they're letting the. See, it's clock. Took a long time to get up to the line of scrimmage, but they are going to go for it on 4th and 17. Wyrick in the shotgun. He's got time to survey the field. Now he finds a man, and he got him. It's going to be a 1st down.
That's Bates.
Bates made a couple of guys miss, and it is going to be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. That's the 2nd time they've picked up.
Yeah.
In the first half, it was 3rd and 12. That one was 4th and 17. And for as well as the Viking defense has played tonight, Tony, that's a little surprising.
I agree.
So the Grizzlies able to keep this drive alive, and they have it 1st and 10 from the Viking 14-yard line. Three running back set. Running play up the middle to Bates, and he's going to get, I think they're going to call it
because he picked him up and slammed him.
Unnecessary roughness. Looked like a professional wrestling type move. I can't remember what they call that, but it's going to be a unnecessary roughness, I'm sure, on the Vikings. You can't. It's essentially a body slam.
Yeah, I think they'll just give half the distance to the goal and automatic 1st down would be my guess.
Yep, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Vikings. Hope things don't get too ugly down the stretch here. Grizzlies have the game well in hand. It's going to be 1st and goal from, let's see, we'll mark off half the distance. 1st and goal from about the 9-yard line. The Grizzly offense will set up in the I formation. Fields is the tailback. There's the snap. Toss play. Fields got by one man and then hit hard. It may have been a yard loss.
Breland Summers. We've called his number quite a few times. Breland Summers has played a great game. He just.
No, I think we have another cramping issue in the end zone. 9:24 to go in our ball game. Grizzlies lead at 26-6. Let's step away for a 30-second break. You're listening to Viking Football on B93. Welcome back to Marble Park, everybody. Scott Marlowe and Tony Fuentes bringing you all the action. Karen Hardesty taking care of things back in the studio for us. Never did get a jersey number, but we have a Viking player suffering, looks like some sort of cramp down in the end zone. 2nd and goal coming up for the Grizzlies. They lead at 26-6, 9:24 to go in the game. While we have a break in the action, I'll say thank you once again to some of our sponsors: Labette Health, Bartlett Co-op, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Labette Community College, Elm Haven Nursing Home, and Woodridge Estates. And I was just told it was Sean O'Banion, the injured Viking. He's going to be helped off the field, and pretty sure it was just a cramp. Hopefully the young man is okay. We also want to say thank you to Tank Connections, Clemens Insurance Agency, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray, Parsons District Schools, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, and Labette Center for Mental Health Services. And looks like we're ready for more football. 26-6, Grizzlies in control at 9:24 to go in our ball game. Second down and about 8 for the Grizzlies from the 12-yard line. Single back set. Wyrick in the pistol, gives it to Fields.
Oh, great tackle.
And, man, look at the pursuit by the Viking defense. That's just spectacular. Like I said, Tony, there's been a few glitches by the Viking defense, but
overall it's been solid.
You talked about how good they were plugging up the middle. They've had some really nice pursuit on the edge as well. Brings up third down from the 10-yard line for the Grizzlies. Third and about 6.
Yeah, they still can get a first down. I forgot that penalty was half the distance, so.
8.5 minutes to go in our game. Grizzlies looking to extend their 26-6 lead. Wyrick in the shotgun, has Fields on his right shoulder. Puts Nash in motion, gives it to Nash. He's looking for, we've got a flag, and the Vikings stand Nash up and push him backwards. I'm guessing.
Almost, I don't know if you decline that or not, if it's on Labette County, because you don't want to give them two plays.
If it's a 10-yard penalty, which it's going to be holding, I bet you they accept it. Yeah, they're going to take it. If it was a 5-yard penalty, well, and plus I couldn't see how far he got. I got blocked a little bit by the support post. But they are, boy, that's not much. Did he back that up 10 yards?
No. It's definitely
and that's what the coaches are saying. Hey, you got to mark off another 5 yards. Yeah. They only backed it up to the 15, and it was a holding penalty.
Here you go. There we go.
Now they get it back to the 20-yard line.
That's where it should be.
So third and long, but the Grizzlies have shown third and long, fourth and long. That's
it doesn't really affect them.
No, it's kind of been the Achilles heel of the Viking defense. They've given up a couple of big plays when it looked like you had the Grizzly offense on the ropes.
Yeah, Claiborne came in late with the play, it looked like. Now it's got that 3-back set again.
With the Nash split to the near side. It's going to be a pass play. They're going for Nash, and he's going to get held up. Pass was uncatchable. I think the Grizzlies wanted pass interference, but I think that's a good no call because I don't think there's any way anybody could have got a hand on that. Nice coverage by Wyatt Schultz. That brings up fourth and long for the Grizzlies from the Viking 20-yard line. 8:05 to go in our ball game. Unless something really strange happens, it looks like the Grizzlies will probably get the win. See what Coach Argabright dials up on this 4th and 16 play from the Viking 20-yard line. Wyrick is going to heave it to the end zone, and it's either caught or intercepted. It is intercepted. What a play in the end zone.
Who was that? $11.
Trying to make sure we get the right.
Jakari Green.
So Green came down with it, and that was basically a jump ball situation, and I really thought the Grizzly had come down with it, but Green made a great effort on the far side of the field in the end zone to come down with the interception, and the Viking defense comes up big. So 7:56 to go in the fourth quarter. The Vikings will take over with the Grizzlies leading 26-6. Viking offense back out on the field. First and 10 for the Vikes from their own 20-yard line. Hauk wants to throw, and look out, he's in big trouble. He's going to get sacked. Just didn't have time to do anything.
No, he was swarmed.
Defense was right in his face.
Wyatt Kepley.
That'll bring up second and long for the Vikes. It was a loss of 5 on the play. Grizzly defense has played well tonight. Viking offense hasn't done themselves a whole lot of favors tonight. Some fumbled snaps and some untimely penalties. But Coach Scheibe and his staff, they'll get those kinks worked out going forward. Hauk takes the snap.
Jones.
Running play, just not going to go anywhere. You know, I don't feel like the Grizzlies have just totally dominated in the trenches, and yet the Vikings just haven't been able to get a whole lot going. And Henson is out there, Tony. I didn't know if we'd see him anymore.
He came back in. He was on defense for the last few plays on that last drive. I think whenever O'Banion came out, Henson went in.
6:25 to go in our ball game. Clock on the move. 3rd and 15 for the Vikes from their own 15. Looked like it was going to be an empty backfield.
Henson split out near side.
Yeah, sure enough. Hauk to throw over the middle. It's caught.
Largent.
And short of the first down. Nice tackle by the quarterback, Aaron Wyrick, out there playing defense for the Grizzlies. And the Vikes will be forced to kick it away. 5:50 to go in our ball game. Grizzlies on top 26-6. They led it at halftime 18-0. Nash will be back around midfield to field this punt. Schultz to kick it away from his own 15. Look out, nearly blocked. Nash doesn't field it, and it goes backwards. Great bounce for the Grizzlies, and they will take over on the Viking 45-yard line with 5:19 to go in our ball game.
Let's go ahead and announce our 2025 cheerleaders. Try this again. We have freshman Kaylee Leon.
So you would think the Grizzlies are going to keep the ball on the ground the rest of the way and just try to milk some clock.
Yeah, if they pick up 2 first downs, it's probably over.
Yep.
Maggie Milano. Victoria Holland.
Grizzly offense trots out onto the field.
And Addie Hetlinger.
They'll keep their starters out there. Wyrick from the pistol. Fumbled the snap, picked it up, and he's going to fall forward for
about a yard. Maybe no gain.
Yeah, they're going to put him right at the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10 from the 45. We've seen a lot of fumbled snaps by the Vikings tonight. I think that was only maybe the second one by the Grizzlies. It is raining again here at Marvel Park. Again, unseasonably cool temperatures. We've been in the 50s for the entire ball game.
And Captain Sadie Ray.
Clock on the move, 4:39 to go in the 4th quarter. Grizzlies are going to win this one. They lead at 26-6. Again, Nash will come split to the near side. 3 running backs out there for the Grizzlies, and there's another fumble.
Oh.
And Bates fell on it. The Vikings had the great interception in the end zone on the
Man.
Grizzlies' last possession, but that's the third or fourth opportunity for the Vikings that they haven't been able to capitalize on. And other than that dropped interception back on the Grizzlies' first possession, it's really just kind of been bad luck. The ball just hasn't bounced the right way for the Vikings, and Grizzlies have been able to fall on those loose balls. So 2 consecutive fumbles for the Grizzlies, but they retain possession. 3rd and long from the Viking 47, down to 3:45 to go in our ball game.
No play clock. I have no idea how much was on the play clock, so they could run another 10, 15 seconds. We wouldn't even know it.
Fields has had a really good game. It's the only running back. Looked like an early start. No flag. They're going to throw deep. There's a man wide open, but fortunately he overshot him.
It's starting to rain again.
Heston was the intended target. Wyrick missed him. Yeah, the rain's starting to come down. About as heavy as we've seen it tonight. So 4th and long, Grizzlies will send out the punting unit. 26-6, Grizzlies on top. 3:27 to go in our game.
Exceptional skill, leadership, and spirit. Congratulations to both.
Schultz back deep to return this kick for the Vikes. Standing on his own 14. Grizzlies, a little confusion. A couple of guys run onto the field late. Good snap. Nice punt. Very, very high. And the Vikes wisely just get away from it. And the Grizzlies down it at the 20-yard line. That's where Parsons will take over 1st and 10 with 3:17 to go in our ball game. Quickly say thank you to the rest of our sponsors. Community National Bank, Wood Insurance Center, Roy's Auto Service, Bowen Pharmacy, Parsons Educational Foundation, Labette Bank, Snyder Lawn Care, and SCK Orthopedic, Doctors Mosier and Meister, all bringing you Viking football in 2025. Viking offense back out on the field for what will most likely be their final possession of the night. Rain coming down a little bit harder now. 26-6. Grizzlies on top. 3:17 to go in our game. Snap. Vikes keep it on the ground, but that's a nice piece of blocking. It's going to be a decent gain out to the 25. Hunsley picks up 5 on the carry.
Number 8,
They back it up 1 yard to the 24. 2nd down and 6 for the Vikes. 2:45 to go in our ball game. Hauk from the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, throws it out to Schultz. Makes one man miss and then gets hit hard. Close to the first down.
Oh, wow, a lot of
and
extracurricular. Oh, man.
Yeah, that could have been a flag from what I saw. I don't know when.
It was O'Banion. I think he's been locked up with several different guys doing some extra blocking. Wow. I thought that one was on Bates, but I couldn't tell.
Wow. Well, they marked the ball at the Viking 27, so it's 3rd down and 3. Hauk looks over the defense. Takes the snap. Gives it off to Henson. I think he has the first down across the 30, so it's going to be, he's going to move the sticks.
Yep.
First down for the Vikes. 94 seconds remaining in our game as the crowd starts to thin out a little bit. First and 10 for the Vikes from their own 31.
Hand
They
off to
fake
Henson.
the pass and then hand off up the middle, and that's a nice run for about 10 yards.
10 yards with number 7 Aaron Warwick on the tackle.
9-yard on the carry by Henson.
Well, that gave him a first down.
Oh, they did give him. Yep, sure enough, across the 40 to the 41, so it's a first down for the Vikes. 55 seconds to go in our game. Henson trots off. He has played a heck of a game for the Vikings tonight. See if Coach Scheibe lets Hauk put one in the air here. We're down to 35 seconds. Nope, fumbled. And it's picked up by one of the Vikings, but
That's going to
loss
be it,
on
I
the
think.
play, and that may end up being the last play of the game. Just 20 seconds to go. Heavy rain coming down. I don't know if there's any reason to run another play at this point. So the Grizzlies are going to win it. We're down to 10 seconds to go. Grizzlies win this one 26-6. They are 1-0 on the year. Vikings are 0-1. And they will regroup and get ready for Fort Scott next week. So congratulations to the Grizzlies. They get the win 26-6. We'll take a 2-minute break. Be back with the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show.